Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with another back-to-back episode tonight for you guys and your viewing pleasure. David, why don't you go ahead and introduce us, my friend?
Welcome back, everybody, to the back-to-back episodes of the Uncommon Man podcast. Me and Mike, we are cranking them out tonight because Lord knows when we're going to have time to do another one. So,
Is that an
yes,
NBA?
sir.
Oh,
No,
that wasn't the
no,
NBA.
it's
That
not
was
NBA.
football.
Yeah, that's football.
Yes.
Fuck no. We're not that type of podcast. We're not doing NBA shit over here. Um, so really quick, like, share, subscribe, and tonight we're just going to talk about just general football news going around the league. Again, this is just from everything that we're seeing. I'm pretty sure you're seeing the same thing, and we're just going to get a straight rundown of a fan's perspective of what's going on. So we just want to kind of point out there's been a little tit for tat going on in the Denver media realm. So my co-host Mike here, he has the full rundown of that. Sir, you want to go ahead and educate the people on what's going on with Denver fat fucks going on?
So we're not here to name drop on any. We're not here to name drop on anybody, but there's quite a succession of goons right now in sports media for especially pertaining to our Broncos. And ironically enough, only a handful of them actually even exist in the realm of Denver. A lot of them are just transplants and or in the position of talking about our team simply due to the fact that that's what they get paid to do, whereas we don't. So fuck them.
Mhm.
How about that?
We have no dog in fights.
You are correct, and we
Not
absolutely
between them.
Oh yeah, fuck them. So, and we absolutely could give a shit less about any of these guys. So most likely they don't care about us.
Mhm.
But yeah, so there's one specific little snafu going on right now amongst a dude that used to be part of the Broncos organization, as well as an outsider from the Broncos organization with inside news that got hemmed up today by Vic Fangio regarding the fact that apparently the dude is still technologically inept and doesn't know how to unmute himself from the Zoom podcast. And previously, about a month ago, him and the individual who used to be part of the Broncos organization that's no longer there, and now with the outfit known as DNVR, they started to take barbs at each other on Twitter, and now it seems to be escalating again, and I'm excited about it because, one, it means football season's going. Two, I just love seeing absolute losers go back and forth on Twitter for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, I like to call these people, these are thumb thugs that are beefing over Twitter, going back and forth. I mean,
Thumb thugs. Nice. Is there a rap song for that or no?
I don't know, it possibly.
Yeah, he just needs a bass and a drum line.
Which these Denver media people, I mean, they're pretty close and they're in the same community in the same city. So if there is an issue, I mean, going back and forth on Twitter with each other is pretty pointless when these two losers are just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, what are we really doing here? Okay. I don't understand it. But when I heard it from Mike earlier, I was like, you know what? I'm kind of not surprised, but at the same time, going back and forth on Twitter, it confirms everything that we originally thought about these people. Like, seriously.
Yeah, dude. So first off, anybody that listens to this guy and ever had any respect for him or respected him while he was with the Broncos organization, the dude looks like a little bridge troll. And his list just tops it off. There's no possible way this guy – he got picked last in kickball. There's no way that this guy has an athletic bone in his body. He's just
I think he got picked last. He was just, hey, man, get the fuck out of here.
Right, yeah, if he got picked at all, exactly. They were like, we're doing odd number teams today, so sorry, you're out.
Or if you play kill the man, it's like you have that one person that throws in the ball real quick. He's like, oh, I got it.
Not even that. I mean, they throw him the ball and he drops it. but he was the last one to
He
touch
still
it.
hit him.
So
And you still hit him.
he's the last one to touch it. So, and then the other one was an individual who nobody really likes because he's a renowned dickhead. And you guys, there's a video of him sitting there waiting for John Elway outside of the gate with his mask on, trying to get an interview with him. And it was just like, and he's old, dude. He's super old. Like, if this was an uninspirational picture that you put up on the wall, it would be what not to do with your life after the age of 60, like Poor Investments 101. So, dude, it was sad watching the video of him sitting there waiting for the gates to open, John Elway to drive out in his Jaguar or whatever the hell it was, his like halfway decent sports car that he has. And then this dude sitting there like trying to get a tab from him, and Elway just it's like, man, dude,
And it would burn rubber on him. I like it.
Nobody respects you, bro.
It should have been a rainy day, and John Elway hit a puddle and just doused his ass and just drove off. Golly.
This just in. Yeah, so we thought that was pretty good. Another one was we watched one of I wouldn't say they even know who we are. We could care less either way. Actually, truthfully, we owe them because of the fact that we were so tired of their garbage that they were spewing about just our team in general that we decided to spark up our own podcast. But one of the individuals from Sports Illustrated today had the balls to go after our strength and conditioning coaches at Dove Valley. And one of the rehabilitational coaches that's there that works on tendons, everything like that. And he's a fantastic dude. I don't know him personally. I just know everybody that I respects him, and seemingly all the athletes do too. And he basically held this dude up. He just hemmed him up.
Yeah. So what Mike is referring to, and so there's I don't know if I would say well-known podcast. I mean, it's a known podcast within the Broncos community where, you have a couple of individuals, X, Y, and Z. I've been listening to them for quite some time, and, I kind of turned Mike on to them. But, this is, just like I was telling Mike earlier, this guy has literally been saying this for the last 3 seasons. He's been saying, hold Lauren Landau accountable for the injuries that are going on. I think that is extremely unfair to Lauren Landau because he doesn't just train our NFL team. He trains UFC fighters, NBA players, college players. I mean, you're not seeing the same injuries happen with them. So to kind of point the finger solely at that guy, I mean, that's just really unfair. So back when DT got injured and Emmanuel Sanders tore his Achilles, this is when this individual started calling for, hey, Lauren Lang, we wasn't having this problem with the prior strength and condition coach, but he never really mentioned him by name or whatever. It's one of the situations like he was throwing stones and then he'll hide his hand. Like, why don't you call the individual out to his face? Like, hey, sir, this has been 3 seasons. This is happening on your watch. You have some kind of explanation for this? No. He's too much of a wimp to sit there and actually call him out to his face.
Well, the other individual that wasn't even the one he was specifically calling out, but was kind of a byproduct of the scenario, decided to go ahead and do that. And kudos to Lauren Landau because he actually liked the original guy's tweet just because of how asinine it was. It's like, dude, we have a spoil of riches when it comes to just the strength and condition we have at Dove Valley. And when I hear something like this, it just shows exactly why Sports Illustrated has fallen from graces when it comes to just the athletic community in general. I mean, you remember back in the 90s, dude, we kind of talked about this beforehand, but like, what did you say was the biggest thing that Sports Illustrated's always been known for?
Swimsuit, baby. Swimsuit.
Bam.
You went from swimsuit down to nerds.
Fucking
what
nerds.
What are you doing?
Losers, dude. And I'm specifically talking about this. Well, not even specifically. The whole fucking crew that talks about our beloved Broncos are sitting here. They're sitting here talking jazz about guys in professional sports and acting like freak accidents don't happen. Like, have you ever played a sport in your life? You don't know if you're going to wake up and walk out the door, turn to your left or your right, and tweak your knee and tear your ACL. So to sit here and fucking act like it's the strength and conditioning coach for the fact that something like whatever scenario A into B happens, I mean, you're a real fucking pile of dog shit, dude. And it speaks volumes about just Sports Illustrated in general and how terrible their segment is. And yeah, we're talking about you, and you know exactly who you are, MHH. So we didn't mean to accidentally name drop you there, but your entire group is an absolute joke. You're just a bunch of out of shape nerds who are sitting there talking about pro athletes, and it's a damn shame that you guys even have a voice anymore.
Yeah, like I'm the type of person I dislike the overly negative people, and this individual that made that comment, he's extremely one of those negative Debbie Downer types or whatever. So that's
Horrible.
originally what kind of prompted me and Mike to, hey, we're not sitting here trying to act like we're experts and different things like that. We are fans, but yes, we have played sports. I mean, I played football, all throughout my whole entire life. So I can kind of comment on this, versus other individuals who mommy listens to their podcast, and you can tell by if your mom was listening to the podcast, there probably wasn't no man inside the household.
Yeah, especially to broadcast that to people, dude. I mean, who
Yeah. Hi,
like,
Mom.
yeah. So
Dude, how old are we here?
Yeah, be careful, guys. My mommy listens to the podcast and she LOLs me back and forth on Twitter. It's like, dude,
Oh
get the
gosh,
fuck out of here, bro.
come on, man.
So, but that was our happiest moment, is the fact that people just seem to be at a breaking point with these guys, which I finally had a fever pitch with them probably about 8 months ago, because I couldn't stand it anymore, dude. Like I'm sitting here listening to guys talk about a team that they really don't follow anything more than just for a paycheck. And in case you had noticed, I mean, we don't have anything more in the podcast. We just like talking about sports. We like talking about anything.
That's it. Me and Mike, we still get up every day. We go to work. We're still working individuals. We're not paid by any source or anything like that. So, I mean, we have other shit to do.
We don't toe anybody's company line. You guys can fucking suck it. How about that?
Fuck no. We both tell you go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
Really quick.
with a quickness, son. So, yeah, like I said, don't sit here and come back and talk shit about the team that we've been following since we were fucking knee high. Like,
and we actually been following, because let's be honest, one of these individuals was a rival fan, and he just jumped on the bandwagon not too long ago.
Yeah, I can't even.
Let's be honest here.
I couldn't even keep
just
tabs,
jumped on
bro.
The bandwagon.
Like I don't. Most of those guys can't even count as high as their cholesterol is. So I don't understand how the hell anybody is actually putting pen to paper and talking about pro athletes.
Right.
It's just frustrating. But so that's our tangent for talking about sports media in Denver this week. It's been an absolute fucking Barnum and Bailey outfit going on, which is a joke. And now obviously we jumped on the bandwagon, but that's just because it's entertaining for us. So, and we don't give a shit.
That's it.
We don't give a shit. We already know that we're not getting press passes. So what do we care?
No. I would say on a brighter note, but this is kind of on the down note. I think we should address the Von Miller, which is extremely unfortunate.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting on the dust to settle, because remember last year when a lot of people was calling for us to either trade Von Miller, cut Von Miller,
which is insane.
Yeah, which was insane. I'm just waiting on the dust to settle probably here in about another week, and let the bullshit begin. Let's hear all the Trey Von Miller. How many first?
Dude, they were already doing that. There was people already doing it? Yeah, there's people already fucking do that, dude. Like this guy completely turned his like Elway. You know exactly who Elway is. It doesn't matter if it's his guy or not. Like, if he doesn't believe him anymore, you're out.
Yes, sir.
if he likes you, he'll give you a contract, you know, bring you on in kind of deal. But for the most part, dude's all business. That's all it is. Von Miller has been the only consistent piece that we've had. That was his number one draft. That's Elway's baby. He saw him through all the weed suspensions that was going on, saw all the bright side that came out of that guy. And for us as Broncos fans to be sitting there talking about trading him or pissing away, it's like, no, dude, the worst that we should be talking about is hoping that he's going to retire in orange and blue. Like,
yes, which we all know. Well, you should know, you should have the expectations of him retiring in the orange and blue. But hey, these motherfuckers beat my expectations because I was going to let the dust settle for another couple of days. It was kind of fresh. You know, he's still kind of licking his wounds a little bit. But, I mean, that's record timing for people already calling for us to trade him. And I was just waiting, just waiting.
Yeah, so I mean, but on a positive note, dude, so I want to say, like, all the negative Nancy crap that we've been going on a tangent about in this episode, I want to say, dude, I love Von Miller. Like, I love the shit out of him. And it made me realize when he had his injury, nobody even knew the severity of it other than the fact that the presumption was that he was going to be out for the season. I saw not just Broncos country, I saw the entire NFL band together and send out condolences to him, which is the same as we are too. So that just goes to show what a shining light that guy is and what a valuable teammate he must be. And just an inspiration he must be to whoever he meets, dude. What a solid guy and great character he is, his leadership qualities, everything like that. We're just blessed to have that guy on our team for as long as we have, dude. So
yeah, you know, it's always been said Von Miller is everybody's homeboy. I mean, Von Miller's everybody's homeboy. He's well liked, well respected. Everybody knows his talent. I mean, let's be honest. Now, you probably got a couple right tackles out there like, oh, shit, right. My job just got a lot easier this year.
For sure.
But, you know, it's unfortunate. I hate it. I wish a speedy recovery for Von Miller. And, dude, let's get you healthy. You know, there's been some conflicting reports on he's out for the season or he may be out majority of the season. Right. Really don't know. Don't force it. If it's not 100%, dude, right. Don't force it because then you're just going to fuck yourself up longer. Let's look at 2021. Let's see. I mean, everybody needs to be pounding the table. John Elway, how can we keep Von Miller in Denver so he can retire in the orange and blue? He can go into the Hall of Fame, the Ring of Fame. Like, everybody needs to be calling for that, not fucking let's trade Von Miller. Let's see how many number one draft picks we do. Fuck out of here. I don't care. I mean, I don't care how many draft picks you bring in. Is that going to replace Von Miller? No? I don't think so.
Yeah, well, and then the other thing about it, too, is relax, Broncos country. Relax.
Breathe, bitches.
RELAX. We have had way worse with this guy when it comes to suspensions than ever involving injuries. This guy, he's been the poster child of consistency for this team for so long that we've gotten spoiled about it. I mean, he had kind of what for the first time in like 4 years, he had an injury last season that he was out for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And people
something that people don't talk about either. That's something that they really don't. You know, Von Miller spends a lot of time working on his body and health to where he is a full go every single season, every game.
That's got to be our strength and conditioning coaches they got to be the ones.
Completely him.
It's got to be them ruining him.
Right. It's completely him. But yeah.
Minus that Barb.
Yeah, but yeah, he spends pretty much his whole offseason in California working out separate than our strength and conditioning. So again, do your research, bro.
Yeah, that was a completely asinine thing to say. But here's the deal about it. I believe in if you guys watched our defense segment, I believe in Vic Fangio, and I definitely believe in John Elway when it comes to drafting defense, dude. Like the Broncos have been a perennial team when it comes to drafting every position except for the quarterback. And I feel like we finally got pretty decent at that position. So the offensive firepower is there, and I think that defensively we're fine. Okay, we're fine. Well, this team's gonna make it through. Okay, I mean this has been a pretty good year for Colorado
Mm-hmm.
sports. I don't follow basketball. Apparently, the Nuggets have been doing pretty decent. I do follow obviously hockey. The Avs were doing great. They took it to Game 7 overtime against the Stars. They lost, but that's okay. I mean, anybody that's been following Colorado hockey for the last 15, 20 years, we've sucked. So this has been a changing of the guard. We've been doing well. And I feel the same thing is coming on with the Broncos. There was a new spark, a new energy that came, a new breath of life at the end of last year. And the Broncos are going to roll into the season and be perfectly fine. Miller's still going to be in the building. He's still going to be that leadership quality that we need. The guy's still going to be bringing it 100% every single week and making sure that he's trained up the guys that are going to eventually be the ones replacing him. So I'm not even
Yeah,
concerned about it, dude.
Absolutely. Malik Reed, Jeremiah Tachu, Chubb, Von Miller's going to be in the ear. He's going to be coaching them up. So we're not losing that presence in the locker room, on the sidelines. Yes, it's unfortunate we're losing on the field, but
Correct.
It's going to be okay. Relax, bitches. Breathe, bitch. Breathe.
We'll be all right. All right, guys. So that wraps up our Broncos segment of tonight. Like I said, just RELAX. I know that's a little bit hacky, especially with being Aaron Rodgers' kind of little coin term, but at the same time, we're gonna make it through. All of you. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. I mean, we tried to throw as many people under the bus as we could tonight, just so that way you could have it for your viewing pleasure.
Sweeping them under.
Enjoy that audible entertainment. All right, buddy. So, what do you got for me?
All right, y'all. Again, like, share, subscribe, leave us a comment. We'll see you later.
All right, guys. Enjoy.